why I converted from a liberal to a conservative. Here is my walk away story, and I just want to give you a little background about myself. My entire family is very left-leaning. I've pretty much been a Democrat for most of my life. I voted for Barack Obama in 2008 and 2012. And going back to when I was in high school and when I was in college, being a liberal, being a Democrat then meant something very different than it means now. At the time, Democrats, liberals, believed in free love, they were just kind of fun-loving hippies. They believed in legalization of marijuana, and this was a platform that I felt that I identified with. Conservatives believed they were more religious. They didn't believe in having sex till marriage. They believed on trying to intensify the waging war on drugs. These were all things that I wasn't for. I like to smoke weed. I like to have casual sex. I like to have fun. It seemed like all of the things that conservatives were against were all the things that were fun. So I felt that I didn't really identify with conservatives. I was much more in tune with the platforms, with the ideologies of the Democratic Party. And fast forward to 2020, and it is completely different now. The party that used to be so-called the party of science, which are the liberals, right? Because I remember back at the time, conservatives, there was this movement where they wanted to start teaching creationism in school, which I thought was pretty crazy. This kind of goes against the scientific explanations of how the world formed. Well, today, conservatives are now the party of science. Liberals now want to teach that there are 50 different genders in school. And if you say that a biological man has a penis and a biological woman has a vagina, liberals will lash out at you. They are no longer the party of science. It's a complete 180. And you see articles like this, you see articles in CNN now where they are saying individuals with cervixes. You know what another word for an individual with a cervix is? It's a woman. It's a woman. Liberals can't seem to have a grasp on science now. And then also, look at this. You can't fat shame someone. You can't talk about someone's health, someone's body weight as it relates to their health without fat shaming them. This is another concept that is counter to science. Just talking about someone's health as it relates to their weight, as it relates to healthy dieting and eating and exercise. Something else. That's another thing that is not really in line with being able to openly and freely express the science of health, nutrition, diet, and exercise. And then, this isn't even the worst part of liberalism. Identity politics, I think, are very toxic, but the most toxic part of today's liberalism is that they are so anti-Trump that they have become pro-crime. And I would think that this would be the turning point for anyone. It should be. If you like to be in a safe society, if you like your tax dollars to go towards protecting our communities, if you like the peace of mind of being able to go to bed at night without fearing that someone's going to come smashing through your window and tear you out of your bed and beat the shit out of you and take all of your belongings and burn your house down, then you can't be a liberal. You just can't be. They have embraced and emboldened the worst, most violent people that our country has ever seen. And it would be one thing if it was just one or two of them, but by far and large, their party was against the mass violence and the anarchy that's happening all over the country. But you go down the list and you look at a lot of these mayors of major cities, Atlanta, Seattle, Minneapolis, New York City, Los Angeles. The list goes on, where you've had mayors that are standing and embracing and emboldening these people that are trying to destroy our country, these people that are trying to terrorize neighborhoods. If you're a law-abiding citizen, I just don't understand how you can be a liberal when you have liberals that are emboldening criminals, like what happened to the McClowskys, where you had these so-called protesters that broke through a gate, marched onto their front lawn, and then they used their Second Amendment to defend themselves, and then legal action was taken against them. I mean, that's a very scary thing. Or you see what happened in Seattle, where you have Mayor Jenny Durkin letting people take over 6 square blocks of an area and terrorize all the citizens, terrorize all the business owners. And she calls it the summer of love, as people are dying, as business owners are being asked for money just so they can continue to operate. It's terrorism. And nothing was even being done about it up until these criminals, up until these protesters, if you want to call them that, marched to her house. It just shows the complete disdain that they have for their own citizens. So I just don't understand how in today's day and age, when you have so many Democrats all the way at the top, you have AOC that is saying that she supports defund the police. You have Rashida Tlaib also saying that she supports defund the police. I mean, it is the scariest movement ever. The Democrats have become so anti-Trump that they have become pro-crime. They have become anti-police. And given their new party ideologies, I just don't see how anyone who is a law-abiding citizen, who has a reasonable, logically thinking head on their shoulders, can vote Democrat. Anyway, that is my walk-away story. Hope you like my video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe, and I will see you all next time.